Hi YouTube. Today I'm going to show you what I'm going to do about that Ottoman Turkish bow with wood seas. Right now it's naked and bare and I really want to put a good leather covering on it. I'm going to put one cover over the front of each limb and then I'm probably going to paint or do something to the back of the limb. Right now I've experimented with a few ways to apply leather. Hot glue does work. It's okay, it's pretty good surprisingly. But I've got a new thing that I want to try. Picked some of this up and I'm just shaking it, getting it ready to work. And right now, we'll see how well it works. The instructions are apply it to one surface well, apply it to the other surface well, bond them, and it should stick. We'll see. I'm also going to try something to see if I can add a little bit of pretension to the pleather before it dries, or rather when it returns to a normal state. Let me go ahead and show you. Okay, while I shake, I'll explain what I've got here. First of all, the bow. This is an old flattening jig that I used to use. I don't use it very much now because I either use my a whole nother jig, the one with a hinge, or I just use I do it freehand with a board. That allows me good control as well. So I don't mind if it gets a little bit sticky or ruined. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set it down on the ground and I'm going to spray the top of this from the center to the end. And I'm going to do the same thing for each corresponding piece of pleather. I've cut them to be just inside of the wood to just outside of the center of the handle. I'm later going to go ahead and I'm going to cut another piece to fully cover the handle. But that's not for today, that's not for right now. One thing that I'm going to try is, and the whole reason why I'm using the board, I don't know how well this is going to work, but look at that. See how it flattens out? So if I can hold it at that level of tension with, say, this clamp, there you go. Now, when it returns to its normal state, the leather will be pre-tensioned effectively, adding hopefully a little bit of performance and spring to the bow, more than you'd expect given, or it'll be more than inert. That'll be the goal. So now I'm going to go ahead and give it all a shot and see what turns out. All right, step one. Okay, this is thoroughly soaked. Basically putting it on right now, sticking it on. I'm going to have to adjust it really quickly before it starts to set, and then I will get it on that board and clamp it down as well as I can. I'm going to end up cutting some of the ends off, so let's go do that. So I've edited out a little bit and skipped ahead. Right now I've gotten it on pretty well. It's tensioned on the board and for the most part is covering up all the spots it's supposed to, looking about 1,000 times better than I expected it to. I'm going to have to go ahead and glue on the sides again a little bit more. Hopefully it doesn't crack and get too hard. It'll still allow me to work it enough to fully glue it on. But right now it's looking really pretty good. So it gives you a few minutes to work with it, and that appears to have been enough. This technique is definitely challenging. I have no better way to do it, though. I really don't. But this stuff is tacky enough so that it allowed me to get the material right onto the bow and basically hold its own shape. That was crucial. If it didn't hold its own shape, I wouldn't have been able to even get this far. it's not sticking here, so I'm going to go ahead and pull it off and just give it another blast of glue. This is probably a really bad way to do it, but I don't want it to all be for nothing. And the point that's having the most trouble, of course, is the caisson, where it curves back, where it has recurve. Everywhere else, it's basically fine because it's all curved back. It's deflex. Where it has the reflex is where it doesn't want to fit, where it doesn't want to work. But I think we've got it. I think I've conquered it, and it's looking pretty much all right. Take that off now. I'm losing all the benefits of the retention that I was trying to achieve by letting it go already before it's really fully dried. But I want to make sure it's on everywhere as tightly as it can be. Grabbing the edge and just pulling it as tight as I can. These gloves also don't help. I would highly recommend working with some better gloves. These are not the ones you want to be using. See, look, it's not fully attached right at the caisson. That's where we need to tension it out. Draw as much slack as we can towards the back of the bow. Get it as tight as we can. Well, so far so good. That's what it looks like. That's not half bad. I'm really not as concerned with this as I thought I was going to be. I'm going to take an X-Acto knife and trim it away along the back. I'll probably paint the back silver or do something like that, and then we'll end up with a really attractive, nice-looking bow. Okay, at this rate, I can thoroughly recommend Loctite spray as a means to attach fabrics to PVC. Assuming that the stuff adheres after it's dried, this is working very well. I'm going to go back and retension it and see if I can draw out a little bit more slack. Great. That's as good as I could hope it would be. So, we'll have to take a look and see how it turns out once it's dry. I'll do the other limb probably in an hour once I'm pretty confident this is set up nicely. Thanks for watching.